Morning, everybody, or depending on when you watch this, afternoon, evening, good night. Sound like the Truman Show. But I haven't done any DIY videos of late because I'm waiting still for so many parts to arrive, and I'm relying on other people for painting and nuts and bolts and all kinds of things. So I thought it's probably a good opportunity to do another little update video on the two cars, what I've been up to, what I've managed to do so far, and kind of what I've discovered, and just have a little bit more of a detailed look at the cars. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, let's start with the mess on the floor. So from the box of bits that I got with the car, this is the wiring and all the bits and pieces for the rear door cards to get those back in, because the central locking in the rear doesn't work, and obviously the windows don't work because there's no switches or wiring. Door cards, this is going to be a video that I'm going to do. Might be interesting, might not be, but apparently I've tried to find second-hand Evo 5, Evo 6 door cards, and they don't seem to exist. And people that I spoke to that kind of sell a lot of parts have said that you can't really get them anymore, and the ones that you get are in terrible condition. So even though these ones aren't brilliant, I will improve these marks here from storage, but even though they're not brilliant, these ones will go in the car. But the big issue is, probably notice between these two, this one doesn't have the fabric, and that is the major issue with these, is because the fabric's glued over time. The glue kind of fails with moisture and so on, and the fabric comes away. And yeah, it looks like someone started to try and improve one of these door cards but then gave up, I think. So I've ordered some faux suede in black from China, give China another go. So that should arrive Christmas time, maybe 2027, who knows. I will then try and get that on the car. So that could be interesting. Never done that before with fabric, so thought I'd have a go. But otherwise, you can see another video that is coming soon. Roll cage is out of the black car now, and there's the strut brace as well from the back car rear. It's lighter than the Cusco one, and it fits with the roll cage. But roll cage is ready to go in, resprayed in satin black. So that's all good. You probably noticed, got to watch where I'm standing, I keep standing on things. The backs of the cars look different now, which is another video that I'm about to finish today. So that video will come chronologically before this video. But yeah, the wings have been swapped over now. So we've got the Evo 6 wing with my carbon blade for now, sat on my car. Both my cars, but my car. And the Evo 5 wing from my car is now on the black car, and it's fitted up. In the video of me swapping over these wings, I didn't bother fitting the silver wing onto the black car. I kind of just gave up at that point, just focused on the silver car. But I realised that I do need a wing on the black car, and I also realised that the holes and the mess that was on the boot lid of the black car, the Evo 5 wing hides all the mess perfectly. So I thought it makes a lot of sense to have that on the car and keep that on the car. So if we take a little look in the boots, what have I been up to on the black car? We have carpet. So yeah, I've tidied up all the wiring, and back seats are back in and stuff in the black car. Everything's been cleaned and smells very auto glim fresh. I've not done the videos of me working on the black car because I don't think it's particularly interesting cleaning it and putting carpet in and things like that. It's, you know, you can take stuff out so you can figure out how to put it back. So yeah, that's why there's no videos of me doing the work on the black car. But you can see, if I move the jack out of the way, that we now have no door cards, but we've got all the carpet, rear seats, rear belts. I've also, if you can see it, the rear shelf in there, I've trimmed that. It was basically just matte black painted plastic piece, so I've trimmed that and glued onto that some of the like subwoofer felt, just to tie that up and make that look better. And I think that looks pretty smart, so that's pretty good. But one thing I have found, which is a bit annoying, is that at some point somebody's decided to remove all of the wiring from the door for the back for the central locking and for the window motors and things like that. So you can see here, probably, yeah, so this is, there's nothing in it, which I discovered the other day when I thought, I know, I'll put all the back of the car stuff in, and then we're kind of done with the interior on the black car. But no, so that is a job for later on today, I think, trying to piece that puzzle back together. But yeah, if you look in the two cars, there's a bit of a comparison. So black car, battery in boot, earthed back here, junction box and so on, big fuse in the junction box. And then in my car here, the difference, just because it's kind of cool to see two Evos together and the different ways things have been done. My car, all sound deadening gone. I've got my washer bottle relocated here to the boot. I don't have the stock mechanism that holds the boot lid open and releases the boot lid. And my fuel pump relay is up there, which is in an earlier video. And yeah, awesome Deadweight Industries battery there. I love those batteries. If I was keeping the black car, I'd have another Togue 500 in the black car. It's like 3 kilos or something. It's insane. And yeah, we've got our nice little copper stay there that I fitted just to sort of allow me to keep the boot lid open for videos like this. Yeah, so that's the difference in the boots between the two cars. But if we go on to the interiors, you'll notice, obviously, silver car looking, no door cards because I'm waiting for Rallytech to send me the door cards. And I was mucking about with the mirrors, which are now done, but very sort of racy interior. And we've got our lovely IRP shifter and all the bits of carbon everywhere, and the seats, of course. And if I move this out of the way, don't know why I put that there when I know I was doing a video, but anyway. In the back here, we are all ready to go. This is off because the fuel pump on this car is on its way out, I think. I am going to get the fuel tank swapped over, and this is something I'm not going to do myself. Originally, I was going to swap the diffs, I was going to swap the fuel tanks and the fuel lines and the engine mounts and stuff. I'm going to take both cars to 12 speed, that's what I'm working on doing at the moment, and just get them to do it all, because getting too old to be lay on my back in the winter underneath the car, arsing around and swearing. So there we go, but I started the work at least, and probably can just about see it. We've got a Walbro GTS 520 or 480 or whatever it is, E85 fuel pump there that can be used. So at least we've got something done with that. But yeah, if you look in the back of the car here, this is where the holes are for the cage that will come in the cage video. But this now means that the legs can go through perfectly. And this has all been painted in silver, so there's no nasty edges and stuff. I managed to find silver paint in Biltmer that matches the car, actually colour code and everything. I was amazed. But if we look at the black car now, at the interior now is looking a lot smarter than it was, which I'm kind of chuffed about. I'm still going to sort out these door cards and replace the cloth, because you can see here, possibly, again, these cars are like fucking caves. The glue has given and it's kind of bubbling and coming away and looking a bit, there you go, hello light, that looks a bit crap. But the interior now is looking pretty smart in this car. I do like the flock dash, but I just don't want to do that job, I'll be honest. But yeah, we're looking pretty good in here now. I've cleaned all the seats up and everything. We are pretty tidy. So kind of chuffed with the progress I've made there. So I have been busy. But let us now, oh yeah, before we move on to the engine, may have noticed that the wheels have changed on the black car. So I had a set of NK Evo 7 wheels, I think they are, 17-inch wheels in white, and they are brand new. They haven't seen really any use at all. And the Pro Race 1.2s are up there on the shelf now. They weigh a ton because they're like race wheels. I don't know why race wheels always mean they have to weigh more than a planet, but that seems to be the case. But the NKs are super light and I think look better. So the car will go with the NKs and the Pro Race will just stay in, or sell them or something, who knows. But let us have a look at the engine bays. kind of side by side, because when I did the video unveiling, sounds exciting, the black car, everybody, I say everybody, Beard Canics commented that the engine bay looks way nicer in the black car than it does on the silver car. Sorry, my stomach is rumbling because I need to eat. But yeah, the engine bay does look better, but obviously when things get swapped over, hopefully the silver car will slightly improve its look on the engine bay side of things. But if we're looking at the black car here, we've got the manifold is probably the biggest difference, and the intake and the pipe work and the turbo and so on. And obviously everything's black in this car, which is kind of smart. And you've got a lot of stuff removed here. So the resistor pack for the injectors is gone, and the ABS controllers and things are gone, but the ABS pump is still there. Yeah, but this engine bay is really, really nice. And if you look at the silver car over here, you can kind of see that this engine bay is also very nice, but this engine bay is a lot messier, which I'm hoping we can do something about. I've decluttered all of this because I got rid of the air con, so that's a job well done. And obviously the battery's gone here, but yeah, this engine bay is not looking as tidy. I did swap over the strut braces. That strut brace on the black car is lighter than the strut brace on this car, but then I swapped them back because the Cusco strut brace looks so much cooler than the one in the black car. So so I almost did that, but then undid it. But there's so many little things, like obviously this is stock manifold. God knows why the person that built this car fitted stock manifold and not a particularly exciting turbo to it, when, you know, it was kind of screaming out for more power. But they did it, I think, for drivability and for response, etc., which you can't fault. But yeah, it would have been nice to sort of have a turbo that was able to give more than either of these two cars can give, to be honest. You can see here the stock pulleys on this car here, which is annoying that it has them, because this car, obviously these will get swapped over, this car has the nice AEM ones there. So yeah, I think that is about where I am. So my next job is going to be to get the door cards done in the black car. I've got somebody coming this weekend actually who's interested in the black car, or at least wants to see it. No rush obviously in selling it because I've got a lot of stuff to do yet. But yeah, I want to kind of get it looking a bit better, so when this chap comes, he's kind of seeing it a bit more as it might look when I'm like ready to sell it. But yeah, I want to get the door cards and stuff sorted in the black car, and then I want to get the roll cage into the silver car. But then I'm just waiting for all of the carbon to arrive, all of the carbon. On the silver car, the plan is to, first things first, will be to fit the Boss style rear spoiler blade. And I got the shipping label for that today, so that is on its way. So I should have that, hopefully, all being well, within a week. So awesome, that's something else I can do. But I need to get both of these wings painted. And also the boot lid apparently is almost ready to ship, the carbon boot lid. So things coming up, absolutely. But yeah, I need to have a word with my paint guy, Daniel, to get these wings painted. I am going to keep this wing black, I've decided, from the spoiler video that will come just before this video, because I think it looks really smart, and I think with the carbon boot lid, I think that'll work really well, whereas I think silver will just stand out. So I'll leave it in the colour it is now, try it on the carbon lid, and if I think it looks cool, I'll just get it sprayed gloss black. But anyway, so yeah, onwards and upwards to the next job and the next videos. And yeah, any comments, any feedback or anything, just give me a shout. But kind of getting there, slowly but surely. I think when I do the 12-speed trip, I will try and video that trip. I spoke to them about it and they said they're cool with it, because they sometimes have some pretty cool cars in there. But they're a cool kind of bunch of guys anyway. So that should be kind of interesting to go there. But obviously all that work is going to be done for me. It's going to cost about 45,000 crowns, which is about 3,800 quid, something like that, which I think is worth it to do everything. So yeah, anyway, there we go. I will stop going on and go and eat some food.